Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to edit the video section of your website. Right now with Divi Builder, there's a video player embedded into your page, and this is going to be pulling a bunch of content from YouTube, and when people go to load the website, YouTube places a bunch of stuff, requests on your site, and makes things load a lot slower. So there's a way that we can get this to load where it just takes a thumbnail of your video and doesn't actually load the full video until the user clicks on your thumbnail, or rather the play button, and then it loads the video, and there's very little lag time, so it won't affect the user experience at all. So first we are going to take out the video player, which is Divi's default setting for all the videos on your site. So we're going to click on that and delete it. And then in its place, we are going to add a section for code. And you'll find the code that you need in the plugins section. So go to plugins and scroll to the bottom and retrieve click on the view details for this WP YouTube Lyte plugin. And then you'll find the shortcode that you need right here. It's the very first one. Just copy that. This will embed what you need to get the thumbnail to show up in your page rather than the entire video. And this section right here is just the stock video that they have in their code, and you replace that with the actual ID of your YouTube video. So we're going to go and add this code to the code section that we added to your web page. And then we're going to go to your YouTube video. And the easiest way to get your YouTube ID is if you look at the URL after the equal symbol, everything else should be your YouTube ID. It should be a dash or a underscore and some letters and numbers. So we'll copy that, and we're going to put that in place of the placeholder video here, and then we will save our changes, save the page, and when we go to the website, the video will now look like this. It is showing up smaller. If you want it to be bigger, I believe you can change that in the settings for the plugin. So you can go to settings for WordPress YouTube Lyte, and then you can choose a standard player, smaller, or a large player. For most users, the small player will be perfectly sufficient because most users are probably looking at your website on a mobile device. But if you want the larger version because it just looks nicer on a desktop, you can select that right here. And then just hit Save Changes. And if we go and refresh the page, this should show us a larger YouTube video. And of course, you can choose any of these different options for how you want it to display. I mean, you can choose the 16:9 orientation, which is the standard YouTube orientation for videos. And then we can see what that looks like here. Yeah, so basically your website will now load the thumbnail image for the video rather than the actual video every time it loads the home page. This will make your site run a lot faster, and when you click on it, you can see there's just a little bit of load time. So users should not notice a difference.